Hear ye, hear ye. We are recording. How are we? How are we? What's been going on? Yay, first video starts slow. Alright, something clicked with me. I don't know, yesterday night I was kind of like writing today's workload. And it included stretching, working on the website, YouTube descriptions and uploads, LinkedIn slash Twitter, a Medium article that I have to edit, close all the tabs. Fuck me. I should. But anyways, I should. I did it last week as well. But they kind of like it's what's frustrating is it's always new stuff, right? So you're always excited for something new, and it feels like if you don't kind of like finish the whole like page, the website, and understand what you were reading, even if it doesn't explain the whole concept, right? But understand what you are reading. At the very least, the concept changes in your head a bit, and then you'll be able to kind of like next time you think about it, get back to it. At the very least, that small amount of closure allows you to be able to move forward, or else it'll just be like that basic thing that you wanted to research, but you never got past that in your head. It's a lot more that gets stuck in that way. So, and then I have play a song, and I think oh fuck, I forgot what it was. I don't know. I'll figure some song out later. And I have to apply for the French visa. So as I was writing down what I have to do, something came about, and I was like, do I have to do them or should I just spend some time with them? And so effectively, I wrote it like spend time writing the code for the website, spend time with YouTube, spend time with the guitar, and spend time with my basically body, which is the shows, and spend time with the visa application. And it started like twisting differently in my head, so I wrote a note. But that's not what we're discussing today. I'm just saying something happened, and eventually we're gonna come back to this note. But today's note is giving up. Why not? The things we don't truly like. Oof, giving up. Okay, so the concept of giving up, why not give up the things we don't truly like? And there's a book, I think, I don't know what it's called. It's like the most effective book about quitting smoking, right? And the beauty of that book is the just details that he notices that basically all smokers go through, right? And that's basically, especially people that want to quit. And then there's a whole like, when you want to quit and you're smoking every cigarette, basically becomes like a guilty feeling towards you. When you're, depending on your reason, like all attributes of a smoker basically start kind of like creating space within your mind that's kind of like obstructing you from thinking positively because it's just kind of like building a whole lot of feelings and like I said I would stop but I didn't and then what's going on, all that stuff. But the beauty of that book is basically it explains it differently and so much. It just kind of like allows you to be yourself. He just mentions not embezzles, embellishes the things that we normally think about, and he brings them to the forefront of our mind, allowing us to kind of like either be okay with them and just get over them and continue smoking, or not smoking because it really doesn't matter anymore. Now that I have been able to process the feelings that are coming from my lack of stopping, I was able to weigh whether I truly wanted to stop or not. And then from there, kind of like a piece of your mind empties out, and you're like, I, I don't know, and then you take a step forward. But so, in his concept of the book, and like, give up, but just kind of like give up on the things that you don't like, instead of kind of like forcing something that you like into something else. It's funny because we, while, and this is going to be, I don't know if this is going to be technical, but like while introducing something new to the world, and let's call it a product, right? Whether it's a software product, it's something that solves a solution, solves a problem. While introducing that, one of the three things that you kind of have to like go against, and this is from like a brilliant, I think, I don't know, like marketing strategy, like designer, product designer. I don't know what her true like title is, but she's one of those like smart kids that operate properly. And she was saying there are like kind of like three archetypes. There's the I urgently need to kind of like change right now. So anything you give me will help me take a step forward. Like I'm doing all the work, I'm just not able to succeed yet. I just need a tool, a product, something that solves a problem. The other one's kind of like, no, life is the way it is, and I'm just gonna keep doing what I normally would do because it's kind of like there. And the beauty of that one is that, and with that one, you have to change habits. And then there are products that kind of like that have no place right now, but in the future they would literally be like a step up from humanity. And those kind of products require like belief. And so in the concept of how she was explaining those archetypes, the people that interact with the problem, the people that would want to come to the solution. In that process, it was more. It kind of looked like you have to make the person give up something he doesn't really like because you're approaching habit. So in order for me to allow you to kind of use my product, or in order for me to give you an easier uh, transition from whatever you do normally to doing it but using my tool, which is the product, which is the creation, which is the art. And I have to change his habit in order for me to kind of like succeed in what I'm trying to do. So I have to make him give up something that he doesn't really like. And it's funny because, like, right now, me thinking about the smoking book and this one, the concept of giving up is more, like, everything kind of like your decision becomes a lot easier the deeper you dive into whatever it is that you want to decide about. Which kind of like refers to thinking in a way where, like, if I'm thinking about something, the best I could do is understand it more. And that takes me back to Albert Einstein's. If I have a problem, I'll spend 90% thinking about the problem and 10% just considering the solution, what solution could be. And it's truly understanding. See, because giving up is a demand from yourself, right? So you're kind of like, why not give up on the things we don't really like? Just like, it also feels like it's a label. Like, I'm not a guy who gives up. But what's the alternative? If you want to stop doing something, regardless if it's good or bad, relevant or not, we could always look at it as giving up. So that kind of gives us a whole like, I'll just keep everything exactly how they are so I don't feel like I have done anything. I don't know. But another side to looking at it is basically like giving up is a key skill. You kind of have to know when to give up, which is basically a saying, right? Like you always, I hear it all the time. You need to know when to give up or when to quit or when to finish or when to stop, whatever it is. You need to know how, because like how you leave something allows you to kind of like be it in your own like image or because it has to reflect you, right? And the timing as well is kind of like becomes an art, a skill. Like, okay, I can see that now is a good time for me to not do this anymore. Who knows? I might do this in the future. Who knows? But ultimately, kind of like it just becomes a lot more organic. And I think that skill of giving up and with all its branches, and I'm pretty sure I can think of a bit more, allows you to kind of like engage with things a bit on a more personal. It's the subjective side of me always kind of goes to the personal because subjectivity should be personal. But is it personal because our emotions and our feelings are kind of different things? Like they basically interchange. Like a feeling can turn into an emotion can turn into a feeling. But one is physical and one is kind of like mental. And like both of them are reflected physically, but an emotion is a physical response. So it kind of feels like there's a certain just understanding on how we harmonize with whatever concept we're working with. And that makes the decision to give up or not give up, move forward or to stop where you are, to quit completely. All these are options within the whole, like because like giving up alone is not a thing. It's just a part of a whole lot of things. It's just part of a bigger thing, which is basically the flow. At some points, you kind of have to like, the smoother, I mean, so now that it's a flow, that we describe the whole thing as a flow, giving up could be considered like the things that allow you to resist more, that give you resistance when you don't want it, or basically hanging on to something that gives you more flow when you don't want it. And it all reverts on how you actually want to be moving, because it's not the movement itself. It's how you want to be moving, and everything else basically under you, from giving up to moving forward, all decisions. I have to understand, I have to be better at understanding where I am, the position that I'm in at any given point in time. And naturally, the closer the actual timeline, like to actually be present means everything's happening right now. But just maybe reflect, some things need reflection every like 1 days, 2 days, maybe some things need reflection every month, but kind of like having that keen sense of observation where you're able to notice, okay, this is something that I have to kind of like understand more to see if it's still going to be there or not. I think that's how you kind of like move your intention towards the effort that you want. It's a video